This review contains spoilers for Venom: Let There Be Carnage. If you haven't seen it yet, please go watch it first. It is worth your time. I love Venom, okay? I always have. There was just always something about a black Spider-Man costume that takes over your mind that always fascinated me. So the Venom symbiote has always been one of my favorite Marvel characters. From the old reruns of Spider-Man the Animated Series,
"You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!"
to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. All the way to Tom Hardy's brand new Venom movie.
Oh shit! Whoa, where you going? That is a red one! You need to come out right now.
And if any of you watched my review on the first Venom, you'll know that it holds a very special place in my heart. It's a movie critics don't understand because it wasn't made for them. It was made for the fans who just want a fun, action-packed, funny, gruesome movie about a tentacle alien that hates spiders.
That thing's weird. I don't get it.
That's because it's not for you. Because you have everything. Everything is for you. And this one thing is for him.
So of course, I've been counting down the days until Venom 2, and after many delay scares, it's finally here. So let's remain positive and begin with the good. Most things you know and love from the original Venom have been carried over to the sequel, and much of it has even been improved. Venom and Eddie acting like an old married couple, which is greatly emphasized in this film. The alien body humor is improved, and there's a lot more of it. Maybe a bit too much, okay? The CGI has also really been improved. Venom has never looked better. The only time where it still kinda looks awkward is when Tom Hardy is walking around half transformed with a giant Venom arm or half face or something. They haven't really mastered mixing symbiotes and humans naturally just yet. But other than that, things seem alright. The symbiotes, the tentacles, it all looks just fine. But the movie doesn't just look good. It feels good, it's fun and engaging, and much like the first one, was a surprise rom-com. There's even a whole breakup side plot between Eddie and Venom where they split up, and it's honestly very fun to watch. Now you get to see what Venom does in his alone time when nobody's judging him or telling him what to do, and it's honestly kinda heartwarming. He just wants to be treated like a decent human being, even though he's not a human being, or decent. He really likes to eat people. Plus, with no symbiote, Eddie is more vulnerable than ever. Sure, taking away the hero's powers temporarily is an easy and sometimes overused trait in movies, but there's a reason it's overused. It works. This technique creates tension in physical and emotional ways for our characters. I only wish there was an actual lasting consequence from Eddie and Venom splitting up in the second act. But overall, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to matter. That's the beauty of Venom. You come for the spectacle and the crazy action, and you might even leave with something more. Venom 2 ends with Eddie and V relaxing on a beach like they'd just killed their greatest foe, wind in their hair, sand in their giant alien toes. The perfect ending for this chapter in their story. But it's not all black goop and 80s comic book references, because Venom is only half this movie. Now, we need to talk about this movie's main antagonist.
Carnage.
And unfortunately, this is where I'm going to need to get a little bit more negative. Yes, Venom 2 has a Carnage issue. I don't think they handle the character very well. Or should I say, I don't think they handle half the character very well. Cletus Cassidy is a homicidal maniac portrayed by Woody Harrelson, and he just hams it up for this role, but in the same way that Jim Carrey's Riddler was carefully planned. You see, I believe every awkward line delivery or odd movement was completely intentional for the character. I can already tell that people will not give Harrelson the praise he deserves for this role. They will make fun of him for it, but I believe that it was kind of genius. So yes, Cletus Cassidy is portrayed well. In his weird diet, Silence of the Lambs type performance, it's Carnage I have an issue with. There's something you need to know about Carnage. The human and the symbiote are both so clinically insane that they are inseparable. It is not we are Carnage, it is I am Carnage. They have the strongest bond out of all the symbiotes, as they're practically one person not a team. And the movie shows you this. When comparing Venom and Carnage's transformations, Venom engulfs Eddie, while Cletus's skin and flesh literally become the symbiote, which would imply that they are much more bonded than Venom is.
Cassidy's insane mind has bonded so completely with his symbiote that he refers to himself as I instead of we.
But despite having this visual comparison, the movie goes completely against it and establishes that Venom's Crimson counterpart has weak symbiosis, and that leads to them being defeated. And that's just not right. Look, if this wasn't Carnage's first live-action appearance, I wouldn't be as upset. So now audiences will believe that Carnage is just another throwaway symbiote like Riot, that they are weaker than Venom, that they die in one fight, and that their main ability is spinning around really fast and making a tornado. What was that? Overall, I rate Venom Let There Be Carnage a 5 out of 7. This mischaracterization of Carnage is my biggest complaint, and the only way I can think to fix it would be to have a longer runtime and focus on Cletus's relationship with his blood brother. Yet, I kinda love everything else this movie has to offer. Yes, it's shorter, yes, it has its own issues, yet in a world with half a dozen MCU projects every year, these movies feel like they were made for people like me, people who love Venom. There's something simple in that.